Did you know that 50% of people over the age of 18 have some reason to visit a physical therapist? I think that most of us in here have experienced some type of injury, whether it was a broken bone or a torn ligament or even a back pain, all of which are reasons to see a physical therapist. In the medical field, PT is an incredibly important when it comes to rehabilitation. My three main ideas are why PT was started and how, as well as the average salary of a physical therapist, and finally the percentage of physical therapists per doctor in the US. My first idea is the history of PT. It started back just before the turn of the 20th century. PT is used for more than just injuries. In the late 19th century, PT was becoming prevalent because of the polio epidemic. PT was helpful because it was a prescribed physical activity to help combat polio. PT sciences were greatly improved after the first school was established. It was established in the wake of World War I. The school allowed for more formal education as if they were like a doctor. With the solid foundation established over 100 years ago, it is now one of the fastest growing medical fields. PT makes up a large portion of the medical field in the US. PTs are not the largest group of healthcare, but they make up a large portion. As of 2019, there were 258,000 physical therapists in the US, ballpark number. And with a projection of 19% growth, that means that there will be about 307,000 physical therapists in the US in 2029. PT is a growing career. It's not as fast as some, but PT is going to average about 2% a year. PTA, Physical Therapist Assistants, is, however, the 7th fastest growing career in the US, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. With a solid foundation established over 100 years ago, it is now one of the fastest growing medical fields. With the amount of money that's going through this field, there is no doubt that it will raise some eyebrows. With the required schooling to become a physical therapist compared to a surgeon, for example, it makes sense why PT is one of the fastest growing professions in the US. PT generates a huge amount of cash flow in the US. A statistic from the Bureau of Labor Statistics tells us about the prevalence of PT. They typically come in with a professional degree or a doctorate, but their salaries vary. In terms of cash flow, PTs make on average $89,000 a year. With the amount of money that PTs make, it's interesting to consider how much they play a role in the economy. If a PT makes on average $89,000 a year, and there are about 258,000, that means that there's $22,960,000,000 in the field of physical therapy. Seeing how much money that is, it barely even puts into perspective what specialized surgeons make. You can sort of tell how much they make, but it's not even a comparison. In summary, physical therapy has proven to be an influential field of study, and it is looking like it will stay that way for the foreseeable future. I hope to see you someday, but not as a patient.